39-year-old Matthew Smith from Sittingbourne, Kent. A Sittingbourne man who sexually abused vulnerable children over several years has received 23 years imprisonment. Matthew Smith's offending started in 2008 and he went on to target 4 victims over subsequent years. In 2020, one of his victims disclosed their ordeal to a trusted third party and then contacted the police. Further victims were later identified as the investigation progressed. Smith, formerly of Sittingbourne, was arrested on the 1st of March 2020 and was later charged with multiple offences against children, including R-word and sexual touching. He was also charged with sexual communication with a child after he contacted another victim online. Smith pleaded not guilty at Maidstone Crown Court and was convicted of 32 indictments following a trial. On Friday, the 24th of January 2025, Smith, aged 39, was given an extended sentence of 31 years. This has a custodial period of 23 years, of which he will have to serve 2/3 before he is eligible for parole. On his release, Smith will have to serve a further 8 years on license. He will also be subjected to a sexual harm prevention order and sex offender notification requirements indefinitely. 34-year-old Ian Collard from Station Road, Raynham, Gillingham, Kent, ME8. A convicted Medway sex offender who breached the terms of a sexual harm prevention order, SHPO, has been jailed. Ian Collard, formerly of Station Road, Gillingham, downloaded banned apps and set up online dating profiles despite being forbidden to do so. Collard, 34, became the subject of a SHPO after pleading guilty to attempting to cause a girl to engage in sexual activity in 2018. The court order included conditions that he must not access the internet without informing the authorities and must make any devices available for inspection by officers when asked. The SHPO also stipulated that the offender must not use any form of social media, dating apps, or dating websites, install any app capable of automatically deleting messages or making messages disappear, or contact any person without their express consent. Following a routine visit by Kent police officers, Collard was found to be in breach of the court order. An examination of his mobile phone uncovered prohibited activity, including that he had downloaded Snapchat and was using several different aliases for various dating app profiles. Collard was arrested on the 17th of May 2024 and charged the same day with 7 breaches of the SHPO and 3 breaches of the sex offenders notification requirements. He pleaded guilty on Friday the 14th of March 2025 at Maidstone Crown Court and was sentenced to 3 years in prison. 38-year-old Sean Royal from Claremont Road, Maidstone, Kent, ME14. A convicted sex offender who has been sentenced to prison after ignoring measures imposed by the court to prevent him from reoffending. Sean Royal, 38, of Claremont Road, Maidstone, breached a sexual harm prevention order, SHPO, and secretly used a mobile phone in attempts to groom a 13-year-old girl, Kent police said. In July 2023, checks by police established Royal was in a relationship with a child. Royal has used a Snapchat account on a different phone to contact a 13-year-old girl. This was a breach of his previous SHPO previously given to him. He asked her to be his girlfriend and sent a picture to the child showing his face and naked upper torso, which had a distinctive tattoo. The victim told her father, who contacted the police. He was arrested on the 29th of November 2023 when officers were able to locate and seize the phone. When the device was analysed, it was found to contain almost 200 illegal videos and images, many of which showed unknown children being sexually abused. He was charged with multiple offences, including engaging in sexual communication with a child, repeated breaches of a sexual harm prevention order, and making indecent images of children. Royal pleaded guilty on the 21st of November. He was sentenced at Maidstone Crown Court to 3 years and 8 months in prison and made subject of a new 10-year SHPO. 28-year-old Jack Hickey from Woodlands Avenue, Snoodland, Kent, ME6. A sex offender from Snowdon looking for a secret boyfriend has been jailed after officers recognized the bedroom wallpaper in images he sent to his victim. On the 20th of November 2023, Jack Hickey, 28, of Woodlands Avenue, created a profile for Chat Avenue, an online chat room service, before proactively targeting a user he believed to be a teenage boy. After convincing his victim to communicate via Snapchat, a messaging platform used for privacy features such as disappearing messages, Hickey began sending them pictures and several explicit messages, including an indecent image of himself. An investigation by digital forensics analysts identified Hickey as the offender and attended his address on the 30th of November, where they were able to match the wallpaper and missing clothing in one of the images to that in his bedroom. Hickey was arrested at the scene and subsequently made subject to sex offenders notification requirements while he was awaiting sentencing. Between the 15th and the 19th of November 2024, he created and used another Snapchat account to communicate with what he believed to be another teenage boy in a breach of his conditions. Once more, Hickey bombarded his target with lewd messages, repeatedly asking them to take part in video calls and take explicit photographs while wearing a school uniform. Hickey eventually arranged to meet his victim in Canterbury after dark. When Hickey arrived at the agreed meeting point, officers were waiting to arrest him and remand him in custody. Hickey was sentenced to 4 years and 10 months imprisonment at Maidstone Crown Court on Wednesday the 19th of February 2025 after pleading guilty to attempting to engage in sexual communication with a child, causing a child to look at an image of a person engaging in sexual activity, making indecent photographs, arranging a child sex offense, attempting to meet a child, and breaching a sexual harm prevention order. Investigating Officer Detective Constable Steph Kirkin said, Hickey is a predator who targets victims he believed to be young and vulnerable. He repeatedly sent his victims a barrage of lewd messages in a bid to coerce them into sharing content for his gratification. Despite being captured and registered as a sex offender, Hickey shamelessly continued his abhorrent behavior, resulting in a swift remand and a custodial sentence. 64-year-old Paul Redford from Melbourne Avenue, Ramsgate, Kent, CT12. A prison sentence has been imposed on a man who downloaded thousands of indecent images of children. Paul Redford, 64, from Melbourne Avenue, Ramsgate, joined a social media application in 2022 where he used the platform to download and share images with other users. On the 1st of March 2024, officers from Kent Police's paedophile online investigation team attended Redford's home address following information received that indecent images of children were being accessed from his property. Upon arrival and when officers told him why they were there, he admitted he was responsible. After his phone was downloaded, officers found 730 of the most serious Category A images and videos, 642 Category B, and 944 Category C. They also found he had distributed 40 images and videos through the social media application. Redford was later charged with making a disturbing, indecent image of children and possessing extreme pornography and prohibited items. He pleaded guilty to the offence at Canterbury Crown Court on Tuesday the 6th of March 2025. He was jailed for 2 years and 4 months. He was also given a 10-year sexual harm prevention order, SHPO, and is subject to strict sex offender notification requirements for 10 years.